And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get started with more Sakamoto Days. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of Sakamoto Days. We are going to be going through Volume 9 of the series titled Hard Mode. The chapters we're going to be going through today encompass 71 all the way down to 79. Last we left out on, we saw a lot more of the exam. They had to make it up as they went along. We saw a lot more of the exam going on. Sakamoto and Shin got separated due to it being just like catch the tail, and numerous groups, were doing their own thing. Then we had 3 people show up as like absentees, like last minute entries into the exam, and they were like the big 3 recommended students for the exam. One name is Kaji, the other name is Shinaya, and the other one is Toramura. Toramura. Hold on. I Toramaru! That's her name. Toramaru. My apologies. Madeline! Welcome. Or is it Madeline? Madeline. I want to say Madeline. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if chat looks like it's on the black side. If it's not transparent. The most recent update to OBS pretty much fiddled with me being able to make the chat transparent off to the side. So apologies if it's like real, if it looks like that off to the side. But as long as I'm in front and you guys can see what's going on, well, can hear me and see me, then that pretty much is all that matters. Just Madela or Mad? Okay, Madela. I'll call you Madela. I didn't know if you included the MN on the end as well. So Madela, welcome! So we got Kaji, Toramaru, and Shinaya. And Shin and company are dealing with all the other assassins during this exam. And it turns out that Shinaya is not what you would call a normal individual. Well, actually, you can call them a normal individual. In fact, they are so normal, they are literally the most normal person out throughout all of the students who are taking part of this exam right now. Because Gaku and Slur apparently had that person hired as someone that could infiltrate into the JCC, and Gaku is kind of controlling Shinaya at the moment using like VR goggles and VR gloves, to the point where he's already used Shinaya to kill multiple proctors, and is currently trying to kill both Kaji and Shin until Sakamoto shows up. So now we're about to have a Sakamoto versus Shinaya, quote-unquote, Gaku moment right now. So let's get started with chapter 71. Well, day 71. And we have a color page here. Also, I am reading from, you know what? I gotta include where I am reading from real quick in the chat. This is where I'm reading from, just in case anyone is curious. I probably should include that in the description as well. Chapter link. I should have done this as well, but I kind of forgot about it. My apologies, everyone. But it begins with a color page of Shin and Gaku. Mr. Sakamoto! Hey, I know this guy. And it's Sakamoto standing there with his student shirt on. Right, gotta click the page. I was still in the address bar. Day 71, hard mode. And we get to see the color schemes of everyone. So Shin has blonde hair, and Toramaru has like dark hair that turns into white hair into her pigtails, and Akira has light blue hair. Might as well call it cyan. And then we have Kaji. His jacket color is exactly what I thought it would be. I thought his coat would be blue, and it actually is, along with his hat as well. Day 71, hard mode. And we cut back to the warehouse where Kashima and Gaku are residing at the moment.
It's Taro Sakamoto. What's he doing here?
Because Kashima remembers the beatdown he got from Sakamoto the last time they interacted with each other.
Gaku, this guy is...
The legendary former assassin, right? I met him the other day at the JAA. I was hoping I'd get a chance to fight him sometime. And Gaku is being shown putting eye drops into his eyes. And then Sakamoto, preparing to, fight, cracks his shoulder and goes, "You did this. You did this." And it shows Shin, it shows an unconscious Kaji, Toramaru's down, Mafuyu is down as well, and it shows Shinaya, Gaku, throwing up a stone in his hands, and then in an instant, Sakamoto puts his hand up because apparently Gaku tried to throw this stone at Sakamoto, and as he puts his hand down, Gaku is already in front of him, and Sakamoto dodges out of the way from Shinaya's arm, embedding itself into the stone wall behind them. Because remember, Shin and Kaji and Shinaya Gaku, drop down into this massive underground cavern, like this big, massive pit with water at the bottom. So they're still fighting it here. But Shinaya Gaku hits the wall behind Sakamoto, and it shows Shinaya Gaku's gauntlet kind of going zzz, zzz. And Sakamoto is looking at the place where Shinaya Gaku hit, and it suddenly starts to pool out of water. "Shin, take him and run."
So I still...
"No, I mean, I'm trusting you to handle this." And Shin opens his eyes, because at first he was thinking so I'm still a burden to Sakamoto. And it's all Sakamoto's all, "No, I'm trusting you to handle getting him and yourself out." And then Shin starts climbing the wall and goes, "Got it!" And he starts climbing the wall with Kaji attached. And while they're climbing, Shinaya Gaku starts running towards Sakamoto. Then Sakamoto takes his hand and slams in the exact same spot that Shinaya Gaku slammed into earlier. And that causes a massive torrent of water to shoot out of the opening. So there was a big old torrent of water just being held back by that wall. And Sakamoto just burst it open. "Mr. Sakamoto! Ground water!" And it shows Sakamoto and Shinaya getting swept through the tunnel. And Sakamoto's holding his breath as he and Gaku try to fight each other. I'm probably going to keep flip-flopping between Gaku and Shinaya. And saying or combining the two. So I might as well just say Gaku until Shinaya's actual presence is necessary. So Sakamoto and Gaku keep clashing with each other. This is probably going to be confusing for those who are watching this as a VOD, so I'm explaining it now. I keep flip-flopping between it, so apologies for that. I'm just going to refer to him as Gaku this point on, because it's Gaku who's in control. Sakamoto and Gaku keep clashing underwater, mind you, and that should take a significant amount of strength, because water gives you a significant amount of resistance. So what is, faster than the eye can see in air may not be as fast in the water, but they are still able to move at that same speed as if water itself is not impeding them. And then, since they're being swept through the water, Gaku is kind of on the ground fighting Sakamoto as if he's being swept through the water, even though he himself, back at this abandoned warehouse, is not physically impeded by water, which with Kashima going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" "I'm swimming." Then it cuts to the beach. The very same beach that we started on when all the students fell out of the plane after Kanaguri kind of blew up the plane. And then there's a crack in the wall, and Sakamoto and Gaku go flying out, and they are directly in front of the wreck of the plane they were flying on. They somehow winded up directly in front of this plane. Boy, the plot. "That's the plane we came here on." And they both go sailing towards the cockpit of the plane, and they're now inside of the cockpit. They slam through the window. And then Gaku slams into the pilot seat. And then he realizes he can't move.
I can't move.
If you lay your hands on my friends, you get deported. And it shows that Sakamoto has already strapped Gaku into the pilot's seat. And when he says, you get deported, an anger vein pops up underneath his eye. And then he forcefully rips up the entire pilot chair, complete with Gaku attached, and proceeds to bounce ball him and ricochet him throughout the entirety of the remains of the ruins of the plane. He just picks him up and chucks him through the plane. And he rebounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different times all around the plane because that's how much force Sakamoto is outputting. This boy is busted! I love this series. But then Gaku gets out the chair, and before he can really get up, Sakamoto comes up with a whole suitcase preparing to slam him. Then Gaku rips up one of the metal floorboards, like a literal piece of metal paneling on the floor, and uses it to shield himself. Well, actually, he not only shields himself from it, but he also uses it to cut the entire suitcase in half, causing all the contents to fly out. And then we get a passport that's flying through the air. Sakamoto grabs it, and then opening up the book, he then puts it on Gaku's face, and then just face slams him directly through the wall of the plane. So hard that it left a physical imprint of Shinaya's face on the book. Nah, this man is ridiculous. This man is ridiculous. And then Gaku gets sent flying out towards the wing of the plane going,
I get why the boss is wary of this guy. If we don't kill him now, he's going to keep causing trouble. Where is he going to come at me from?
And while Gaku is waiting for Sakamoto to come out of the plane through the hole he just made, the plane starts wobbling. No. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No. That's ridiculous. Sakamoto, what are you doing? Okay. So, the reason why the plane is wobbling... Look, Gajil and everyone else told me that Sakamoto Days was going to get crazy. I didn't realize it was going to get this crazy. So, the reason why the plane is wobbling... Hold on, I want to get chat off to the side as well, so I can see what you guys are saying. Yo, Snow, it's good to see you. Dang it, I'm trying to see chat. There we go. Snow, it's good to see you. Welcome, everyone. The reason why the plane is wobbling on the side of Gaku is that Sakamoto is on the other side of the plane, and he stomps on the wing of the plane using it as leverage to send Gaku up in the air like a seesaw. It's like one of those cartoons where you get a barrel, you get a 2x4 plank of wood, and then you have one person on the end, and then you have this really big person just look at that person, then look at the board, then look at that person, and then look at the board, and then look at that person and smile, and just stomp on the board and send the person just flying into the air. Sakamoto did that with a plane. He did this with a plane. I thought I saw crazy stuff in Sakamoto Days, but no. And while he's in the air, apparently Sakamoto has taken off some of the wheels of the landing gear of the plane, and he starts forcefully spinning the wheel. Landing gear of a plane, okay? Landing gear for a plane, wheels are big. The wheels are big. They're meant to... He takes it, and he starts spinning the wheels of the plane forcefully. There's something that flew into my eye, and I can feel it. I think I got it. Nasty little eyelash. He starts spinning the wheels of this landing gear, and he jumps on it while it's still spinning and using it as a segue takes off and uses the plane as a ramp to fly straight up to No! How? How are you doing this? How are you so strong? He uses the landing gear as a makeshift Segway and then speeds off towards the plane and launches off of the plane straight up to Gaku, and then immediately proceeds to smack him in the face with the landing gear. Oh, man. And then the feed of Sakamoto cuts off completely.
That was fun.
The sun's bright. And Sakamoto's already in the water, and then we get Shinaya's body that just falls straight through the wing of the plane into the water right next to him. And the only thing he has to say about this is that the sun is bright? This man really is John Wick and Saitama all mixed in one. No. And that's the end of the chapter. God, why? I'm not upset. Just understand that the things this guy does is ridiculous. And then so that's the end of chapter 71, onwards to chapter 72. So long. And then we have Toromaru.
What's happening? It's like I'm being enveloped by this feeling of security. Who's treating my wounds? The way they wield the bandage is amazing. So deft. Almost like Sakamoto's.
There. And it shows Sakamoto when he was younger.
What? No! It can't be!
There. And it's Sakamoto as he appears now.
Who?
And then we get Usami, who's now fine because of the whole Shinaya incident.
There's been a bit of an accident, and I'm afraid we are unable to proceed. This test is officially over. So, based on your current grades, we will determine whether or not you've passed. Number 002, J. Jerk. Number 120, Akira Akao.
Which we find out that her aunt was a person that used to be with both Nagumo and Sakamoto in their younger days, which explains why Akira has some latent assassin-like capabilities, despite being a bit on the shy side.
Number 002, J. Number 120, Akira Akao. Number 230, Mafuyu Seba. Number 247, Nao Toromaru. Number 328, Joichiro Kaji. Number 402, Shin Asakura. Number 403, Taro Sakamoto. The 7 of you passed the test.
The fact that they already knew it was Sakamoto, and they just put his name on the list! He was supposed to be going undercover. Y'all remember that? He was supposed to be going undercover. He was supposed to be going undercover. He was supposed to be hiding. He was just supposed to be Taro. And that's it. That's when Toromaru gets in her head.
Wait a minute. Did he just say Taro Sakamoto?
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the 7 of you passed the test.
Yeah, I said that, right?
Taro Sakamoto. The 7 of you passed the test.
So, yeah, they all passed. And it shows that Shin is completely bandaged up to the point where Sakamoto is just carrying him. His whole body is just bound up in bandages. Then Toromaru thinks,
wait a minute. Did he just say Taro Sakamoto?
And then Jerk is in the background going, yeah, I passed.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Having the same name as a god?
But you're the legendary assassin. What are you doing here?
Just some business.
But you're the legendary assassin. What are you doing here?
Just some business.
I didn't recognize you. It's my first time seeing you in person.
I sure didn't expect the legendary Taro
I sure didn't expect the legendary Taro Sakamoto to get so big.
And that's when it starts to dawn on Toromaru.
What?
Tanori. And then we have this kanji that pops up called Tanori. Tanori. A term that means to quit being someone's fan. Her dreams and her aspirations of being a Sakamoto fan were just immediately shattered.
What's Taro Sakamoto doing here? And why is he so fat? My hero's right here? Who is this? Wait a minute. This isn't real, is it? I've been a devoted fan for 10 years. What is this feeling? I finally got to meet him, but am I disappointed? But I'm supposed to love him no matter what. Am I totally disqualified as a fan? Am I just a superficial bandwagon hopping trend following shallow phony fan?
And then Shin is just going,
She's still got a long way to go.
Then we get back to the stewardess who was on the plane, but she was also a proctor as well.
School will begin in 3 months. Be sure to complete your paperwork by then. If you're currently attending a different school, don't forget to have your credits transferred.
Right. And then we get back to Shinaya.
Huh? Are you awake, Shinaya?
And then it cuts back to Osami. My female voice is so good. Oh, well, thank you. Would you believe in the past some people used to think that my voices that I do for women were horrible, absolutely horrible. I think it had something to do with my voices I did for My Hero Academia back in the day, like several years ago. Well, like a whole bunch of years ago. But thank you. Thank you, Madela. Thank you.
Are you awake, Shinaya?
And then Shinaya officially wakes up.
As soon as the JCC helicopter arrives, we'll be handing you over.
And then Mafi goes, "We should just kill that rat." And then Shinaya is just looking around, because this is the first time we just like see his eyes like normally. Ah! My whole body hurts. What's going on? What happened to me? And then everyone is looking surprised. And then Usami goes,
"Don't play stupid. Do you even know how many people you've killed?"
"I don't remember anything from the test. I just remember seeing an ad for a great gig on the internet. I needed money to pay back my student loan. I didn't know you had to pay them back. I mean, it sounded good, right? I didn't realize I'm in debt." And then Sakamoto's talking to Shin.
"What do you think, Shin?" "He's not lying. He's just totally clueless."
"Rats! I knew that dear guy seemed suspicious! Tricked again!"
"Dear guy?"
And that's when Sakamoto twitches. "They're the guys who hired me! A weird dude in a deer mask and a good-looking dude with white hair and a white suit! X!"
"Why would they meddle with the test?"
"How should I know? Oh, they did pay me the money they promised. They said something about scouting." And it cuts to someone treating Kaji.
"Kaji, are you awake?"
And this is Shin speaking to Kaji.
"I suspect their objective was to recruit members for their gang, so they infiltrated the test.
I said that wrong.
So they infiltrated the test. I wonder who they had their eyes on."
And then Sakamoto's thinking,
"Recruiting new members? What are they plotting?"
Good question.
"Anyway, our only course is to move forward. We'll go to the JCC and look for clues that can lead us to Slur."
"Right." Then we get back to the warehouse where Slur is waiting.
"Sakamoto was taking the test?"
Yes.
And then he's silent.
"I don't like this."
With all due respect, does he even matter?
"Well, Sakamoto knows that my real identity is Uzuki. You know how it's kinda embarrassing when someone knows about your past. Kashima, if there are any records of me at the JCC, I want you to get rid of them."
Understood.
If Gaku hadn't gone and broken Shinaya, we could have infiltrated the place without a hitch. Who cares? This was a scout mission, right?
So, Gaku, did you find anyone?
Well, 2 of them seemed okay.
And then Slur walks away smiling. Then a helicopter flies in. And it cuts to someone calling out to everyone who pass. Time for your medical exams, test takers. You'll board the helicopters in pairs. And then it cuts to Akira, who goes,
Mr. Taro,
Akira.
thank you. I never would have passed without you, Mr. Taro. I want to hear more about Rion when we see each other at school.
Sure.
I'm really looking forward to going to school with you all.
And then Jerk is all like, me too! And then Shin goes, yeah. And then Kaji silently in the background goes like, me too. And then Toramaru is still dumbfounded by the fact that Sakamoto has been revealed to her, and he is not how she's always envisioned him for the past 10 years.
Mafuyu, are you okay? Shinaya beat you up pretty good.
Yeah, I'm fine. And then Shin's just kind of looking at him. So long, Shin.
Huh, that was a short goodbye. I was expecting a bit more emotion.
And then it cuts to Toramaru and Seba, and they're getting in one plane. Toramaru and Seba, you're in this chopper. And while he's walking, it shows that is something wrong with Seba?
You're drenched in sweat. Hurry aboard.
And then it cuts to Jerk going, bye, you guys, see you soon. And then they just wave goodbye to everyone. And then it cuts to Toramaru and Seba going,
You sure look pale.
yeah, why'd they put us together anyway?
I don't know. Because we live close by or something? A young boy and girl after the battle?
Oh, wait.
I don't know. Because we live close by or something?
A young boy and girl after the battle. The blue sky stretches out before them. They turn their imaginations towards the coming journey, their hearts brimming with hope, but little do they know. Despair lies in wait!
Oh, great, it's Kanaguri! Kanaguri's piloting their chopper! They're gonna die. This is the worst pilot ever! He's the one who blew up the plane! He's the reason why everyone had to fight in the forest! The worst possible person. This JoJo's Bizarre Adventure looking movie director dude. I need water. This is ridiculous.
But little do they know, despair lies in wait.
It's you!
What? Who's this?
We're getting out of here!
What?
And then there's a immediate movement as all of a sudden, someone with a big old bandage around their head grabs Mafuyu by the neck. Yeah, grabs Mafuyu by the neck and just puts him in a chokehold as he goes, You don't make the rules around here, got that? What? You like sweets? You don't make the rules around here. Got that? What? You like sweets? And it's this dude eating some sweets. He's got like painted fingernails, but he has like this big massive bandage that's over his eyes, and his hair's kind of like, I can't tell if this is a hat with his hair sticking out the back, or if this is like a JoJo situation where it's a hat and hair at the same time. They kind of just mesh together. I can't tell. Stop, Carolina Reaper. Treat them with care. Oh, great! This is a person in contact with Slayer! You don't make the rules around here. Got that? What, you like sweets? Stop, Carolina Reaper. Treat them with care. Carolina Reaper? Is this Joker eating peppers? Is this Joker eating ghost peppers? He's eating Reaper chilies? This Joker's eating Reaper chilies? Spicy. Stop, Carolina Reaper. Treat them with care. These are our special new friends.
They will be accompanying us.
Great. So these are the two individuals that Gaku scouted out. Mafuyu and Toramaru. Great. And then it shows the faces of Sakamoto and Shin. That's just fantastic. But that's the end of chapter 72. Onwards to chapter 73. And then we begin with someone going,
After the ferocious battle concludes, our hero's test is over. But suddenly, he's abducted by a mysterious foe. How will the boy react to this devastating situation?
Disrupted.
Cut! Too banal. Next, take 39. Stand by.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean Kanaguri is in league with X? What do you mean? A member of the Order is in league with X? What? Day 73. Killer Lotto Scratch.
Kanaguri, can you wrap this up now?
And there's other individuals aside from Kashima and Gaku.
Kanaguri, this isn't the JAA. Show a little consideration.
Kashima.
How many takes do ya need, ya loser?
Carolina Reaper.
Quiet on the set. Extras should be silent.
Kanaguri. And Carolina Reaper and Kanaguri immediately start clashing with one another.
Don't make us a part of your idiotic hobby.
Ooh, I can't say that.
Don't make us a part of your idiotic hobby, you jerk.
And he tries to hit Kanaguri.
My movie is a far more sacred use of time than your pathetic life.
And then we have another person. We have another person that has Sweet Tooth in place of eyebrows?
Let's not fight, brother. If you want to hit someone, hit me. I think we can solve all of this if Kanaguri films me being brutally tortured while everyone watches.
What? And this person, because there's multiple people in this room, the other person is called Club Jam.
You just want to be tortured. I'll punish you. Hold your breath until I say it's okay. Hold your breath until I say it's okay.
And then Kanaguri goes, I need to work on the voice for Carolina Reaper. Me trying to do like a Jamaican sounding voice. It's too much. I don't think it'll work. I'm changing here.
You just want to be tortured. I'll punish you. Hold your breath until I say it's okay.
You know what? That fits better. That fits better for Carolina Reaper. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that name. Stick with that voice.
This'll be the voice I use for Carolina Reaper going forward.
Yeah, I'll use this instead. Because it's easier for me.
I don't make tasteless movies. It's like herding cats, I swear.
And this is Kashima. And Gaku is steadily playing on his... That's the PSP. I know my handhelds, because I have one. That's a PSP. Okay, Gaku, your notch just kind of went up for me a little bit because you own a PSP. And both Mafuyu and Toramato are going,
what's with these freaks?
And then we get Slur.
Toramaru and Mafuyu, I imagine it's been an inconvenience being brought here so suddenly. Have no fear, we mean you no harm.
Oh sure, after the way you've treated us. And then Kashima speaks up.
Our organization has come together to achieve a certain goal. Right now, we're recruiting young, promising assassins to gather strength. That's why you're here.
A certain goal?
To destroy the JAA.
And they both respond with surprise. Why?
Let's see. Simply put, to return the world to its natural order. For the sake of sacred justice.
And Mafuyu looks confused, and Club Jam is steadily holding their breath. gender inconclusive at this time. Steadily holding their breath because, Carolina Reaper told them to. That's their torture that they want to be a part of. It's a thing. It's a thing. Then Kashima walks up again.
We also offer a generous benefits package. 2 days off per week. No overtime. Guaranteed lifetime employment.
Let me see if I can zoom in on this page. Let me see if I can zoom into what it says. Why choose us? Excellent benefits package, 2 days off per week, no overtime, fulfilling training programs, a cheerful workplace, and lifetime employment.
2 days off per week, no overtime, guaranteed lifetime employment.
And if we refuse, and Mafuyu immediately just throws the piece of paper behind him.
If you refuse.
And then Club Jam falls over after making themselves pass out from holding their breath. And they're all just looking blankly at them. And then Carolina Reaper goes,
Oops, you can start holding your breath now, Club Jam.
Yep, I am so much more comfortable doing this sort of voice for Carolina Reaper.
Oops, you can start holding your breath now, Club Jam.
And then it cuts back to the city. Oh, Mr. Shishiba!
I'm sick of this. This job sucks. Why does it seem like we are getting all the assignments? Where's that idiot Kanaguri?
And we have Nagumo and Miss Osaragi. They don't know that Kanaguri is in league with X, the very person they're trying to find. And then we get Nagumo, probably off shooting a movie somewhere.
That's blowing off work.
Let's fire him, Mr. Shishiba.
I'd love that. Why did the bosses hire that jerk anyway?
I heard he got in a big fight with an order member that one time over a movie and killed him. He swapped places with the guy.
Nothing's ever in order, huh?
And then they get to a lotto stand. 3 killer lotto scratch cards, auntie.
That'll be 900 yen.
Here. If you win, I get half.
Could you stop making the same joke over and over? These things never win.
And then they're scratch cards, and Miss Osaragi's just chilling in the background.
Mr. Shishiba, can I have a 5 yen coin?
Use your fingernails.
Don't be so cynical. And they scratch off the whole thing. Let's see. Kyoto. Assassin killings break out. An X symbol is found at crime sites. Slur's organization may be implicated. Let's investigate this. The scratch card is telling them what is going on in the assassin world.
Another Slur story? That's my hometown. Give me a break. He really seems out to destroy the JAA.
What happens if the JAA gets destroyed? Will we be unemployed?
Less than that.
It would be the end of Japan.
The country would be flooded with criminals.
What about the police?
The Japanese police barely solve 30% of crimes. And that's only the crimes they know about. They probably only catch 10% of that.
You mean we kill the other 90?
Well, not just criminals. We kill whoever we're hired to kill.
And Miss Osaragi's brain is just frying from this information.
Cool. I'm one of the good guys.
That's also not accurate.
Oh.
I don't think there's good or evil when it comes to killing. And then Shishiba is kind of silent and goes... And then Nagumo continues. Shishiba doesn't speak. But if you ask me, an overzealous sense of justice is worse than evil. And Miss Osaragi goes,
Oh! I won.
Huh? They are actually winning cards? I thought they were just instructions.
See? I told you! How much did you win?
20,000 yen.
Lunch is on you!
No, this was one I bought myself.
Nuh-uh, Nagumo bought it. I saw it. Oh, wait. Wait, who's saying this? Lunch is on you!
No, this was one I bought myself.
Nuh-uh, Nagumo bought it. I saw him.
And then we cut back to Sakamoto's. And we're back with Lou and Heisuke.
Wow, crazy. Sounds like a pretty hard test.
But you did well! But you did well! Way to go! We didn't expect Slur to be involved.
I thought it'd be a regular old test.
The JCC is really fun! They have lots of events! Listen, we're not going there to have fun. Our goal is to access the JCC's database. The whole point is to get intel on Slur.
So this is, and then it shows the plan all in order. Pass JCC test, enroll in JCC, access database, get information on Slur. Which Slur is already trying to get Kashima to go there and wipe any information about him out of the database. So the quicker they get stuff done, the better.
Well, you might as well make friends while you're at it.
Oh, come to think of it, I did make one friend during the test.
And then we have Hana running up.
Shin! Papa! You have mail! It's from the JCC!
Huh?
And then Heisuke goes,
What is it? Oh, it's our test scores.
and then Heisuke, Lou, and Shin all look at the scores and go,
Huh?
and it's an A. Yo, JCC admission test individual test score. A. Rank 1. Shin placed first out of everyone who took the test.
Whoa! You're the first out of 352? That's amazing, yo! The transfer test is super high level, too!
Not bad, Shin. Way to go, Shin!
I guess I'm getting better, little by little.
And he's like happy, and they're patting him on the head and congratulating him. And then everyone looks at Sakamoto's.
Wait, that means Mr. Sakamoto.
And Sakamoto looks at his and goes, I failed.
He failed. Oh God, he failed. Sakamoto failed the test.
And everyone is just like dumbfounded that Sakamoto failed an assassin test.
What?
And that's the end of chapter 73. Onwards to chapter 74! I'm liking this series so much. Day 74, Undercover. I failed.
What? Taro, did you forget to write your name or something?
Even pros fail sometimes. Poor Daddy!
There must be some mistake. There's no way Mr. Sakamoto failed. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Shin's mad.
Oh, Aoi showed up. Then we get Usami, who's on the phone with Shin, and he goes, sorry, regulations.
Why? You said he passed!
We got caught up in the moment, but actually, it's clearly stated in JCC regulations, we can't admit anyone with a bounty on their head. And Shin just immediately hangs up the phone. Oh.
What a bunch of bull. I'm going over there to talk to them in person.
Wow, Shin's really mad.
Don't worry, there's an easy solution. And Nagamo is already in the building, just listening to the whole conversation. This dude is slick. I'm scared of this dude, because he's slick. And apparently, what is it with YouTube chat where it doesn't keep constant on the phone? Because I don't want to keep going back and forth between tabs. But Nagamo's there. Glad you enjoy it. Oh, I do. I like this series, Madala. I like it a lot.
Nagamo, where'd you come from?
I heard you tested for the JCC again. You're so so interesting, Sakamoto. He was going to call me stupid.
Okay, let's calm down.
Because Sakamoto is, he has a rule against not killing people because that's the stipulation for the Sakamoto family. But Nagamo is that one person that will push those buttons. He was going to call me stupid.
Okay, let's calm down. What do you mean by easy solution?
It's simple. If you can't get in as a student, what about as a teacher?
Huh?
And Nagamo has a slip that says JCC teaching internship. A teaching internship? I did some research recently because I wanted to infiltrate the JCC myself. but it conflicted with a trip to Kyoto with some friends, Shishiba and Osaragi. I was hoping to find someone to take my place.
Actually, that's a good idea. That way I can snoop around as a student, and Mr. Sakamoto can do the same as a teacher. But
the issue is that the JCC won't let me in. Stupid.
And then Nagamo is just looking at him and smiling, and he goes, "No problem. It doesn't have to be Mr. Sakamoto, right?" And Nagamo looks over at Aoi, his wife.
What? Me?
Wow, wow, wow. Wait, do I have like a protective film over? Hold up. Do I have like a protective film that is over my webcam and I never took it off? Why do I? Oh my god. Hold up. Hold on. You mean to tell me I've had a protective film that was over the lens of my webcam this entire time? And I never took it off? Give me a sec. No. No, there isn't a protective film that is over my webcam. I just haven't cleaned it in a minute. And it was just a spot that looked like an air bubble underneath protective film. Sorry for the disruption, the unnecessary disruption. Also, Calzone, good to see you. But apparently they want to send Aoi to be the intern teacher. And then we get like a big double spread panel with the JCC. Japan Clear Creation is a Japanese assassin training institution, otherwise known as the JCC. The JCC has an enrollment of almost 1,000 students and a 4-year residential program. Due to its extreme training regimen, many students don't survive, but students who excel may achieve licensure during their training. In other words, the JCC is Japan's preeminent assassin training program. And it shows all these students just walking through the halls, training at the firing range, doing some massive deep diving and swimming and seeing, and you know, they have like those deep sections of a pool where you can go down deeper and deeper into the depths of the water itself. I myself will never go in there because 1, that's just dangerous, and 2, I can't swim, so won't be going in there. But it shows Akira who's just walking through the halls.
Yikes! This place is huge. I'm lost.
And then it shows like a custodian, like a janitor walking around picking up trash. And something goes beep beep. Are you unarmed, young lady? If you're training to be an assassin, you should always carry a weapon.
I'm sorry.
It's been 1 week since school started. Oh, wait.
It's been 1 week since school started, and I still haven't crossed paths with any of the other test takers from my group.
And she's just walking through the halls of this school.
It's lonely.
Make way! Coming through! And Akira looks behind her, and 2 people are dragging what appears to be a student on a gurney at high speeds. We're almost at the medical center. Hang in there! Another injury from the assassin practicum. That's the 10th this month. This one looks pretty bad. The ones who can't keep up don't survive long. And that's when it starts to hit Akira that she's starting to get a little bit scared. You know, being here. She's starting to get majorly scared.
It's a miracle I even passed the test. Goodbye, friends. I might not make it.
And this is back when back when her aunt was talking to her.
Can I tell you something cool, Akira? They say tears taste different depending on what emotion you're experiencing. Happy tears taste sweet. Isn't that gross? Right. I came into this world to find Rion, so I have to make it as an assassin.
And then we have that doom 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 doom.
Let's see. Next period is close quarters combat in lecture hall 3. Is it here?
And she walks into the room. She walks into a room and the teacher goes,
Who are you? A first year? Only third years can take poisoning classes.
it's literally a poisoning class, as he holds up a live rat that he's about to feed some poison. Psycho, it's good to see you, my friend. I feel good. I cannot wait for Black Myth Wukong next week. The game is already long since it's already pre-ordered. I mean, you guys already know, but seeing it, just having it up on my screen, let me know that this is how many days we have left. Beautiful. So I'm happy. Hope your day has been doing great.
Who are you? A first year? Only third years can take poisoning classes.
As he's about to poison a rat in front of all these students who are preparing to take notes. Then we get to Lecture Hall 3.
The art of close quarters combat is fundamental to an assassin. You will learn close quarters combat skills for actual battles, not just for sport. Now turn to page 3 of your textbook. During an assignment, the enemy's eyes are always on you, and time is limited. Your basic task is to inflict a mortal wound with minimal effort and minimal mess.
And then Akira starts to sneak into the room from the back.
Just in time.
Now let's have two of you come up and try it. Tanashi, student number 13, and...
He takes a gun out without even looking and fires directly at Akira. And she manages, and she's trying to walk, but he fires in the path of her walking right before, well, actually, she dodged out of the way. She actually dodged out of the way to the bullet because she's leaning where the bullet may have hit her. She would have died.
Now let's have two of you come up and try it. Tanashi, student number 13, and the student who just snuck into the room. Come to the front.
And he shoots.
This isn't a class on sneaking.
And his gun is still smoking, and it shows Akira, who's like pretty much at the point of tears again, mascara all messed up, with the bullet hole in the wall directly past her face.
I'm dead!
Now, let's start with the basic movements of close quarters combat. Try avoiding the attack by redirecting the focus of their strike. Let's begin slowly.
He's huge!
Am I seriously up against someone so tiny?
Jumbo Tanashi! First year JCC Assassins Major. Don't lose, Tanashi!
We'll have you take turns at offense and defense. You'll be using real knives, so take it slow. Guess I should at least give her a scare. Okay, nice and slow, and...
Hey, I said, and Jumbo is trying to pretend like he's going nice and slow, and then he proceeds to try and stab at Akira's neck. But before that happens, Akira is already not only blocking his strike, but knocks the knife away. And then it shows, and then there's just like a blur, a panel where there's a blur in front of Akira's face, and Jumbo looking confused. As someone walks up behind Akira and lands 2 solid blows on his chest and directly in his neck. And it sends him falling flat on the ground. And everyone is shocked, and then Akira goes,
I recognize that movement style.
Oh, and I forgot to mention. Starting today, we will have a teaching intern helping out.
And then we go back in time with Nagumo going, there, that's pretty good.
Whoa! Mr. Sakamoto, you look...
And and then Aoi goes,
Wow, you truly look like a different person, darling.
and then Sakamoto's kind of shaking, but we don't see his face yet.
Put me back to how I was before, Nagumo.
I'd better get going. Oh, and the disguise will only last 24 hours. Find the database before your time runs out. Good luck! And then, oh my god! So Nagumo used his own disguise capabilities, you know, like experts in disguising himself. How is my phone not on silent? Hold on. There we go. Nagumo used his own disguise capabilities on Sakamoto to make Sakamoto look like Miss Aoi. And he's just thinking to himself in his head,
I'll get you for this, Nagumo.
and Sakamoto's cracking his knuckles. So, wow, wow, they faked me out. I was so bent on the idea of Aoi heading into the JCC, and she would have to take care of herself and be careful, even though Shin was going to be there as well. I thought that was going to happen, but no, Nagumo basically just disguised Sakamoto to look like his wife so he can get there. And he's the one that took down Jumbo. Okay. And Akira recognized that style, and he's cracking his knuckles. That's the end of the chapter. That's the end of chapter 74. This chapter faked me out. I thought Aoi was going to be the person they sent in. As dangerous as it was, I fully thought, not part of me, I fully thought they were going to send her there, but that's not the case. But that's the end of chapter 74. Onwards to chapter 75. And then it begins with Lou going,
I've been wondering this for a while, but isn't the JCC just a school? Why would they have intel on Slur there?
The JCC's database.
oh wait, this is Sakamoto.
The JCC's database has detailed records of the school and all of its students, past and present. It lists basic information such as age, gender, body type, as well as weapon of choice, martial arts specialty, and post-graduation activities. Get a peek at the database, and any student is as good as naked, apparently.
Apparently.
That's the urban legend among students.
I remember that. There's a secret room. It's either in the main library or the vice principal's office, right?
During my time, there were rumors about the mysterious room beneath the southern stairs.
So we only have rumors.
Yep. No one's ever found that place, yo.
A while back during exams, Nagumo and Akao went looking for the room to get test answers from past years, but couldn't find it in the end. For some reason, I got in trouble too.
So how are we supposed to find it when even you guys couldn't?
We have you now.
That's right. No one can hide anything from you.
I'll look into the rumors, and you read the minds of the teachers and the students.
Got it.
Back to the present. Day 75. Darn telepath. Darn is a different word, but I can't use profanity, so guess what that is. Day 75. Darn telepath. Presently, Sakamoto in disguise, looking like Aoi, but you know, kind of behaving like Sakamoto.
Wow. So there's a person just as strong as Rion.
Nice! So cool! Ravi, what's going on? Woohoo! She's a cutie! Look over here! And then Sakamoto glares at all of them.
I've memorized all the scummy faces of those who sullied my wife with their leering eyes.
Wow, no, great. Anyone who leers at the visage of his wife is on his hit list. That's basically going to be every single male student that does a double take. But then all the dudes that were just cheering, they all get silent.
She's so scary.
And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, Sakamoto's stomach lurches forward.
Whoops.
And then her stomach, then Sakamoto's stomach, I can't say her. Then Sakamoto's stomach gets big again, like his actual stomach. And then he's holding it a little bit. And then he pushes it back in and goes, "That was close." Huh? What was that?
Have we met before?
No, never.
That little girl looks familiar. Huh?
Akira! Akao! No! You! Back to your seat!
What?
Just hurry! Seeing that last name brings back memories of Akao-senpai beating me up.
Wow. So Rion, this dude got PTSD just from looking at Akira's last name. This dude got PTSD! He literally got severe PTSD. He's on the floor in a fetal position just because of her name.
Seeing that last name brings back memories of Akaro-senpai beating me up.
Such a weird school. I can't take it.
4th period shooting practice.
Listen up. Listen up. First things first. If you can't handle a gun properly, you'll never be a hitman.
Also, I thought that he was trying to say you'll never be a hit. You'll never be hit, man. But be a hitman.
If you can't handle a gun properly, you'll never be a hitman. That's because any license that involves being a hitman requires a grade of A or higher on the Firearms Skills Certification. For today's class, you'll learn about your gun's mechanics and how to make a shot. Now assemble your gun and shoot a target 100 meters away. You have 1 minute.
Assemble and shoot in a minute?
That's impossible.
You need to do it quickly to get as many shots off as possible, but if assembled incorrectly, you could lose a finger if the gun accidentally misfires. Now then,
begin! And everyone just starts working on their gun. And Akira already looks like she's having trouble.
Just assembling this gun in under a minute is nuts. Dang it! There's an extra part?
Yes! Made it!
Not gonna make it! Time's up.
Already?
A few of you were able to fire off a shot, but most of you didn't even finish assembling your guns. Tch. This class is hopeless.
Hey, trainee teacher, show them how it's done. And this is Sakamoto in disguise.
Come on, hurry and get to a station. I'll embarrass her in front of everyone. This is no workplace for women.
Oh, great. He's one of those dudes. So, the embarrassment he's about to suffer at the hands of Sakamoto is about to be pristine then. Even more pristine.
Ready? Go!
And it immediately fires a shot a literal second. A literal second. And hits directly dead center. And the shot was so forceful that it actually broke the bullseye target in half.
67 shots. I've gotten slower.
And all of them bullseyes. 67 shots in under a minute. I'm reading that right? 67 shots in under a minute?
Hey, look! Here's the all-time record! There's some famous names on here. If it's all time, I should be first place.
And it shows top 10 greatest shooters of all time. So we have a list where it going from 5 all the way to 1. We have Sako with 82 points, Nagumo with 84 points, Akao, as in Rion Akao, with 86 points, Sakamoto with 89 points, and then someone is above Sakamoto. Someone is above Sakamoto with no name given at 96. And Sakamoto is looking confused at this.
Rumor is first place is some guy people call Dragoon. I hear he's got a bird. He's so strong, he has a tattoo of a bullseye on his forehead, right? Like, shoot me if you dare.
Assumed, what is this? What does this say? These are tiny words down here at the bottom of this page. Assumed depiction. They made him look like Devil Jin, but if he had angel wings instead.
No one knows what he's been up to since graduation. He's become a legend.
Heisuke.
I forgot to write my name.
So the top 10 greatest shooters of all time at the JCC that ranks above Sakamoto is Heisuke, but he forgot to write his own name. So it says no name given. That gives way to the rumors.
South Building, Weapons Production Department and Research Laboratory.
Hey! Which one of you jerks melted my weapon for raw materials?
Hey, mine too! It must be Natsuki, that bastard. I don't care if he's top of the class. I'm not gonna let him act all high and mighty in the lab!
Get him! And they're screaming for this Natsuki fellow, and then we go into a restroom, and we have this person with like a blast shield over his face. Face obscured so we can't really see it.
Ah, crap. The senpai are totally ticked off. What a drag.
I mean,
what a hassle.
I so want to give him like a Shikamaru voice. Where are you, Natsuki? As he comes, one of his fellow students comes bursting in with like a wrench in hand.
Here
or here?
How scary.
And then someone opens up the stall, and inside the stall is Shin, and he's just chilling.
Huh? Who the heck are you? I haven't seen you around before. Oh, this must be.
And Shin is flipping through the volume. Is this Joker reading? This Joker is reading a volume of Sakamoto Days. He's reading a volume of Sakamoto Days. Am I looking at this right? It says, hold on, I need to zoom in. What does that say? No, not Sakamoto Days, Sakamiti Days. He's reading a volume of Sakamiti Days.
Oh, this must be.
And he's flipping through the parody manga.
The school trope where I get harassed by senpai.
Now, hold on. Let me zoom in where it goes to school tropes. Cafeteria, dine and dash, napping in the library, ditching club activities by feigning illness, getting harassed by upperclassmen. And he's already checked off skipping school and cafeteria, dine and dash. So he's still kind of really getting into this. He's really into this right now.
The school trope where I get harassed by senpai. By the way, I'm currently doing the skipping class to smoke in the bathroom trope. I've always dreamed of doing this.
And then this dude with the wrench, this mechanic-looking assassin, grabs him by the scruff of his neck, going, "Keep messing with me and I'll kill you, you little..." And proceeds to have his clocked clean by Shin, who not only makes him release his grip, but delivers 2 solid hits both in his chest and his head at the exact same time.
And this should be when I say, "Please let me go, senpai." I feel like a typical teenager. So this is what school is like. Man, I wish I can explore the school more. According to this manga, the person sitting next to you is the one who shows you around.
And the person that they were looking for, I think Natsuki, goes,
"Hey, senpai, you okay?"
"Huh?" And then Shin looks over, and this person immediately immediately goes invisible in front of Shin.
Hold it right there! You're not getting away! Oh, what the heck are you doing here, you invisible freak?
Darn telepath. I think you have me mistaken for someone else.
Natsuki Seba, Weapons Production Department Leader, first year researcher. This is the Seba I know! This is the same dude that was in the laboratory working with Kashima. This is the same Seba. This is the Seba I knew. This is the Seba I know. Mafuyu Seba? Yeah, nope, not the same guy. This is the guy! Natsuki Seba. Now we have his full name. And that's the end of chapter 75. Onwards to chapter 76.
What the heck are you doing here, you invisible creep?
Darn telepath. I think you have me mistaken for someone else.
Day 76. Each one's mission. He's there to wipe the record for the JCC so that they don't get any information on Slur, isn't he? I know I'm being preemptive, but that's what my spirit is telling me. That's what it's telling me.
That was quick. Now spill all your information about X.
You mean the lab gig? That was just a freelance job. I don't know anything.
He's not lying.
Oh. And then he immediately puts on his hood and goes,
my hood blocks electromagnetic waves. You can't read my thoughts anymore.
What? It's true! Rats. I was going to ask about the database next.
The database? Oh.
Why? You know something?
Gosh, I don't know. My shoulder hurts. It's hard to remember.
And then he smiles and he goes,
I'm hungry.
Gah!
And then we cut to the firing range. Hurry up! Shush! I'm sick of the JCC bowl. And then he fires. And then is this how they order food? Is this how they order food? There's a gun range with the vending machine where you shoot your options that you want? Because someone fires a button and it says JCC bowl. Thank you for your business. Receipt. Hold on, what does it say? What does it say? So many little words. 500 yen plus 55 yen tax. 12.34. It is 1:45, so it's already an hour past that time. Another JCC bowl!
What's that all about?
Another eyelash trying to get into my eye again. Get out! Stay out of there! You're not allowed.
What's that all about?
Let's see. What'll I have?
JCC bowl. Ingredients: brown rice, army rations, vegetables, scraps of the day. JCC bowl is literally just an amalgamation bowl of stuff that they have left over. No, I'm good. And then he puts in a coin, gets a gun, and then he fires at a spot, and he gets a steak lunch. Nice. Wow, that first year got the steak?
I haven't had meat in a month. He just got lucky. I'll treat you, but only the money. You've got to hit the target yourself.
And then, yo, Winter Lemonade. We are currently on chapter 76 of Volume 9, Hard Mode. And Shin has just reunited with Seba. Now, not to be confused with Mafuyu Seba from the plane, this is the invisible Seba from the Underground Laboratory arc. And he met up with him.
I'll treat you, but only the money. You've got to hit the target yourself.
And then Seba just walks up and he holds a gun directly in front of it. But he's also invisible. He thought he was going to be slick and be invisible, but you can still see the gun. You can still see the gun in front of the vending machine. So everyone's screaming, "What a cheater!" Then it cuts to the cafeteria with Seba eating his food.
The database is probably in the teacher's room or the library. Or maybe not. I don't know. Something like that.
You had me buy you lunch and you have zero info?
Thanks for the meal.
You could do it first year? Yeah, kill that Natsuki jerk.
You're a first year?
I'm a first year in the assassin department.
Isn't Mafuyu a first year in the assassination program?
No, we passed the test together. That cheeky guy.
He's my younger brother.
I had a feeling. I knew it! 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 I said, they're probably related. They're probably related. Mafuyu Seba, and now we get Natsuki Seba. Yep, they're related. One dude's a germaphobe, and the other one likes to be invisible. We truly don't know the fullest extent of Natsuki's personality, so maybe we'll learn it during this arc. Perfect, thanks. No problem, Winter.
Oh, we passed the test together. That cheeky guy.
He's my younger brother.
What? For real? That makes sense. You're both such jerks.
Is that so?
Come to think of it, I haven't seen any of the others I passed the test with. I wonder what happened with them.
Whatever. If he's not coming to school, I guess that's just as well right now.
What? How come?
Because the JCC is kind of a pain in the butt right now.
And then it cuts back to Sakamoto in disguise of Aoi, who is just like checking and slamming paperwork over and over and over again, like like paper, slam, paper, slam, paper, slam, paper, slam. Just keep going over and over and over again. But high speed, anime style. That trainee sure works hard.
Yeah.
These two.
I've got to find that beta database soon.
I was about to say beta daced.
I've got to find that database soon.
The disguise will only last 24 hours. The disguise gonna wear off. The disguise gonna wear off. Hey, you. And we have an elderly gentleman walk up right behind Sakamoto.
You want me to follow up with the students who didn't show up to class?
Yes. Students these days are so sensitive. They're always hiding away in the dorms and such.
I see.
Use your youthful energy to open their hearts. This is my chance to investigate the library. Nice. Now I can escape all that desk work.
The dorms are this way. And then he gets sent in the direction of the dorms.
It's hard being a teacher.
15 hours and 20 minutes left until Sakamoto's disguise wears off.
Who's that woman?
Is she new? Probably came to give us another lecture. We'll just have to teach her the rules around this dorm. And Sakamoto walks into the dorm, and there's X's all over the place. Like, all over the place. And then two people try to jump Sakamoto, but he blocks both of them. One with a pen, and another with like a whole folder.
What's with you kids?
We've got nothing to say to you, you old bag! Get lost!
And one of them tries to throw hot water at Sakamoto, and Sakamoto grabs a whole cup of noodles, and then swings his arms around. And I think he just took all that hot water and put it inside the cup of noodles and then put it directly in front of him.
We got nothing to say to you, you old bag! Get lost!
Water thrown at him, takes the cup of noodles, and I think he took all the water and put it in his cup of noodles, and goes,
I see you need some schooling.
Stupid teacher!
And then Sakamoto undoes the chopsticks and proceeds to embed one dude on the wall with the chopsticks, and then grabs another one by the head, and running across the wall, flips behind him, takes two hangers off of a rack, and spins it around with such speed that she actually blocks the bullets from the students who are trying to actively shoot her right now. Well, shoot him right now. and then hangs them up on the hangers directly into the wooden support beams up on the roof. He just put the hangers in their clothes while they're still in them, and then hung them up to dry. No.
Ah! Let us down! You're stretching our clothes, you jerk!
And then 2 more start to run up behind her, and I believe these are the same ones that tried to stab Sakamoto. I know I keep saying her because the visage is her. 2 more run up behind Sakamoto, and Sakamoto puts his hand on a dresser.
Who do you think you are?
And before one of them can get close, Sakamoto takes the drawer and with a deafening crunch, slams it directly into the side of this guy. While the other one jumps over, and Sakamoto proceeds to not only flip the knife directly out of his hand, but also pushes him into the drawer, slams his head inside, and then slams the drawer shut.
She's tough! Let's get out of here!
And before that happens, before 2 more try to run away, Sakamoto proceeds to take a vacuum, like a long hose vacuum, attach it to the dude's head. Wait! And then he turns it on high, has the guy's hair stuck to the vacuum, and proceeds to lift him up in the air and drag him across the wall. Mind you, his head is stuck in the vacuum. He's being physically lifted up off the ground, attached to the vacuum, head first, and he's being dragged across the wall with this vacuum. And then Sakamoto slams his head into the ground.
Don't deface the walls of someone's alma mater. Not cooked enough.
After all that, Sakamoto took that hot water and it wasn't enough to cook the noodles in the amount of time it took him to take down all of these delinquents in this room.
Now, what should I ask first?
And Sakamoto's just chilling, vacuum over one shoulder, cup of noodles in another, slurping on noodles. And that's the end of chapter 76. Onwards to chapter 77. We are almost done, everybody. Sakamoto is busted.
Now, what should I ask first?
Day 77. Killing.
Let me pour you another one, Sensei. Sure.
Wow, Sensei, you sure are tough.
Are you in the top assassin ranking list?
What kind of gun do you use?
How did this happen?
Use the power of youth to open those children's hearts.
Wow, you totally gave me the chills. You're not like the other teachers.
Sensei, what was your major? What year did you graduate? What a cutie. That doesn't matter. You guys should be in class. Don't cause trouble for your teachers.
No, you got it all wrong. Listen, Sensei, the JCC is messed up. This symbol means a lot to us, but the moment they see it, the teachers get this weird look on their faces. Why did they suddenly flunk us? I don't get it.
Do you kids know what that symbol means?
Of course we do. It's the symbol of X, the Assassin Slayer. He's the coolest thing in the assassin world right now.
What?
It's the most important thing in this industry is skill, right? We really admire him.
X's small team of killers has reduced Tokyo's assassin population by 80%. The JAA sucks! It's not that simple. You don't understand the significance of what X is doing. Listen, the worst crime of the JAA is that it has a monopoly on the assassin market.
Good point, Hota.
You can't work as an assassin in Japan unless you go through the JAA. The JAA takes 30% of everything assassins make from other companies. And if you refuse to pay, they kill you for disrupting the order. It's extortion!
Yeah! This is the mindset. This is the brainwashing that Slur is putting out there. We want to be assassins. Freely. But not tied to any sort of organization. Meanwhile, this whole organization is what's keeping other assassins in check from just running rampant and doing basically I get the goal. He wants to free the world of assassin order and just let people be assassins however they want to, without being tied to anyone. I get it.
And if you refuse to pay, they kill you for disrupting the order. It's extortion!
Yeah!
It's dangerous for one agency to choose who gets to live or die.
X is trying to change the assassin world! Plus, aside from all that crap, he's just cool!
Totally!
What is this?
Slur is taking over the assassin world.
Your brain dead, Iwakura! Think things over!
Shut up, cool is cool!
And then Sakamoto goes,
You kids shouldn't just talk about violent stuff. You should be enjoying school.
But where'd that come from?
You'll have special memories of these days. You should make friends and find girlfriends and eat tasty food. You can worry about the future later.
Huh? You're a weird teacher.
You sound like my uncle.
Whatever.
Besides, the girls at the JCC are all insane! Yeah, like the ones who major in poison. They're always looking for guinea pigs. But I do eat well in the cafeteria. Liar! All you ever get is the JCC bowl. Wait, that's the same dude! That's the same dude that was crying about the JCC bowl earlier! I didn't recognize him! Liar! All you ever get is the JCC bowl.
Shut up!
That stuff's disgusting.
You've eaten it, Sensei? And then someone walks up and goes, Hey, you guys need to pipe down. What's some stupid teacher want with us? Oh, Amane! Amane? Don't get friendly with her. She's just another JAA dog. The JAA's time is almost over. You old folks need to step back. Sorry, I was about to burp there. My apologies. The JAA's time is almost over. You old folks need to step back. That whole group of jerks should just drop dead. I feel like we're striking a nerve here. Then we cut back to the highway where we get Shishiba and Nagumo. You think Sakamoto is doing okay? Oh wait, you think Sakamoto is doing okay? Mr. Ace, what's he up to? He's doing a teaching internship as a hot babe. What? School, huh? I've got no good memories of that place. I had fun at the JCC. You went to Kansai Region Assassin Institute, right, Shishiba? Want some Paki? Oh wait, he's saying want some Paki. I was trying to read out what he said. You went to Kansai Region Assassin Institute, right, Shishiba? Want some Paki? Yeah, but I dropped out. No thanks. What a delinquent. A lot of the order members graduated from the JCC. Yeah, that's why I feel like an outsider. Come to think of it, Osagi, you didn't go to any assassin school. Your family are farmers out in the country, right? And Osaragi is not in the back seat because she's supposed to be traveling with them. And apparently she went to get some snacks for the trip and they left without her. And she's just standing in the parking lot going,
They left without me.
and it shows that Nagumo and Shishiba got out the car. Miss Osaragi was asleep. When they came back, when they were coming back, Osaragi was already out the car for some reason.
You noticed, didn't you, Nagumo?
Oh, come on. I thought she was asleep back there.
I'm really going to kill you.
It's okay. We'll apologize to her together later.
She's the type to hold a grudge. Remember, it's your fault too.
And then it shows a car directly in front of them. It's a big old truck. It's a van. And two people start to lean out of the window, out of the doors of this van, and they start aiming guns at them.
Huh?
Yeah, they start aiming guns at them, and they fire at the car. And Shishiba is unfazed. He literally just leaned his head out of the way while he's still driving the car, and Nagumo ducked down. They're accurate because there's two holes directly in the headrest.
This car's a rental.
It's okay. I signed up for full coverage insurance. 0 deductible.
That's killer rental service. For cars.
And then we have someone going,
The order took the bait. We were right to stake out the freeway, not the bullet train. Is that really the order?
Yotsumura said so, so it's got to be true.
And there's this dude with a bald head but a mustache and beard talking. And then we have another one with very, very messy hair.
Don't let your guard down or they'll kill you instantly.
Huh? What's with this guy? And someone is standing on top of the rental car, and it's Nagumo.
Don't be too flashy now.
Don't worry. I have a gold assassin license. Shoot him down!
On it.
And then Nagumo is already gone.
Huh?
Where?
I'll shoot the car. You cover me.
Sure.
Sure. Leave it to me.
The dude is already dead. He's already dead. He's already dead. Nagumo already got him. Nagumo already got him. He was gone. How do you blink and he's already on top of the car and you don't notice? Because all we see is just the man's final breath being and then blood shooting out of his neck. And then Nagumo gets in the car and replaces him and sits right next to everyone. Oh,
huh?
And Nagumo kills them all. He kills them all. He kills them all. He kills them all in an instant. He kills the dude in the back seat, and he kills both dudes in the front seat in an instant. He kills all of them in an instant. And then the light starts blinking in front of him. Yeah, the light starts blinking, and then Shishiba goes,
Killing. Yeah, I can tell that without you signaling to me.
He was trying to tell, because he was using Morse code to communicate to Shishiba of what he was doing in the van. He's all like, I'm killing it here. It's all like, yeah, I can tell that's exactly what you're doing. And while he's driving, Shishiba notices 3 more cars that are taking up all 3 lanes behind him, pulling up.
Huh? Say some more?
And that's the end of chapter 77. Onwards to chapter 78. We are almost done. Chapter 78, Banished.
Say some more?
And they pull up next to Shishiba, and one dude opens the car door and starts firing on Shishiba, who blocks the shots while he is still driving with a knife. He's just blocking the shots with a knife while he's driving, going like,
this is getting annoying.
And then, oh wait, I forgot, this dude doesn't use knives. He uses a whole hammer. He was blocking bullets with a hammer. Knife, I get, but using a hammer to block all those shots? No, that's scary.
Huh? Hey, let go! Come here, sick. Be my shield.
And while he's driving, Shishiba closes up the window with the guy still attached to his hammer. And while he's driving, the other people can't really get a good shot at the driver's seat where Shishiba is. And they're going, darn it, I can't get a good shot.
Works as a nice sunshade, too.
And he proceeds to ram into them with the guy still hooked onto his window. He just slams into them, makes them go off-road, and they slam directly into the median, and their car completely blows up. And then another car pulls up right next to Shishiba and goes, die!
Oh, you like it up there, don't you?
And wow, there was no one on top of the car when Shishiba looked over. Because Nagumo is already on top of the car. And he stabs through the roof of the car. And he stabs directly into the arm of the person that was about to shoot at Shishiba. The wind feels so good. Ah! Dude screaming because he has his arm impaled. He's on the roof! Shoot him! And then... Then Nagumo just twists his sword, and it causes the entire car to swerve on the highway. Reporting, rerouting. And while that arriving at destination, as the car flips over on itself on the highway, Nagumo gets back inside the car with Shishiba. I'm back!
Mm-hmm. Why are you making that face? Trying to act cool?
There was some knocking going on outside. I didn't know what that was. But Nagumo gets back in the car. I'm back!
Mm-hmm. Why are you making that face? Trying to act cool?
And Nagumo is steadily still smiling. I'm a little carsick.
Hey now,
Mind if I recline the seat?
why don't you drive then? So, who were those guys?
Well, I saw an X on the guy's collar, but their style seems kind of flashy for Slur.
Yeah, doesn't quite fit. Huh?
As they're driving, they get in front of like one of those transport trucks that has like the cars on it. I know they have an official name, but the name escapes me at the moment. That has a whole bunch of cars up at the front, and someone gets up out of the car that's in front of this transport trailer, and someone with like a mask over their face, like a rag over their face, is standing in front of the truck. And this person takes a 3-section staff out, and then he swings it at the car of Nagumo, at Shishiba and Nagumo's car. And the blade part goes directly into the windshield. And both Shishiba and Nagumo launch out of the car towards the guy, and the guy pretty much kicks an entire car out of the transport, and then Nagumo gets his weapons ready, and their clash, well, I wouldn't say his clash, but when they start fighting, they pretty much ruin a great deal of the support beams that's holding up this entire transport trailer. And they just start clashing with each other. Then one section comes down with another car that's making its way through, and Shishiba's right behind the guy. And the dude protects himself with this 3-sectional staff. And he blocks his sectional staff and then proceeds to move it away. And he looks at the guy's face and goes, "It's you." And then it shows that someone is above them. Someone is above them, jumping off downwards towards the freeway. It's Miss Osaragi! First of all, how did she catch up? Oh, Miss Osaragi lands directly onto the transport with them, and the force of which is great enough to completely total the car she lands on. These assassins are insane. All of them. These assassins are insane. She lands on the car and she completely crushes it. Picture that one moment during Batman, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight where he's going after Scarecrow and he lands on top of the van and he just crushes it. Yeah, Miss Osaragi just did this, but she didn't need a cape in order to safely get down to the ground. And she's still carrying the bag of snacks and stuff that she had with her. And then it cuts to Shishiba. And then Miss Osaragi.
Mr. Shishiba, why'd you leave me behind?
And then she has a cord attached to her, circular saw, and she just lets it loose and it goes streaming through the entire transport towards the dude with the hat. And he blocks it with his 3-sectional staff. And in the process, Miss Osaragi kind of destroys a great deal of the transport as well. And then the dude speaks.
3 active members of the Order. That's too many.
And he jumps on top of a car and he goes speeding away from them in the opposite direction. And he's just glaring at him. But Shishiba knows who this is. Then it just shows Nagumo and Shishiba. And then it cuts to the person who's looking at his ride his whole truck going, crap, what do I do with this? And Osaragi's looking and we're still on the highway. And then we come back to Shishiba.
You sure bought a lot of stuff.
I figured I could expense it. Here's a receipt.
Can I have a snack?
Absolutely not.
Because he's the one that kind of didn't kind of left her behind and didn't say anything.
Why did you leave me behind, Mr. Shishiba?
Nagumo said to go.
Liar. Wait, do we really have time for this?
Wait, do you really have time for this?
Right.
Who was that guy?
Oh, you've never met him, huh? That was Mr. Yotsumura, a senpai. He's a former member of the Order who was banished from the JAA.
So that's the Yotsumura that they were talking about. That's Yotsumura. And a former member of the Order? It's no wonder the dude can actually fight really well. But that's the end of chapter 78. Onwards to the last chapter of today's reading, everyone. You'll have to forgive me if I just become so excited when I read this sort of thing and I go off on tangents. This is just the greatness of experiencing live reactions like these. But chapter 79, Kyoto Arashiyama.
I did think it was strange, sending 3 Order members out here. I knew it was going to be an intense assignment.
If our target is former Order member Yotsumura, then it's going to be a bit of an ordeal.
Seems like a big assignment.
Yep, let's do our best.
Are you two really taking this seriously?
Days 79, Invisible Intent to Kill. And they're on a boat. They're on a boat just going down one of the canals here in Kyoto.
Let's get it done quickly so we can go.
Let's get this done quickly. Oh, wait. This is Miss Hosaragi.
Let's get it done quickly so we can go eat tofu.
Oh, that's fun. I want to go to Shishiba's house.
Drop dead. Listen, you two. If you're not careful, you'll die on this assignment.
Take a souvenir. That'll be 2,500 yen.
I want Yatsuhashi.
3 boxes, please.
What? People actually buy that?
Yatsuhashi is a famous confection in Kyoto made with rice flour, sugar, and cinnamon. Sounds interesting.
It's different from what I expected.
It's so hard.
Yes, you have to ask for Nama Yatsuhashi if you want the soft stuff.
But I said Nama. You don't need to be so grumpy, Mr. Shishiba. Can't we enjoy this excursion?
Yeah, you're kind of a downer.
Now you're calling it an excursion?
I think I can guess why you're so glum.
Would you shut up?
It's because you have to kill the senpai who helped you get started, right? Oh, what?
Wrong, idiot.
You were good friends with Mr. Yotsumura?
No, it's not like that. Back when I first got to the Order, he would drag me around on missions.
Yeah, super hard. They were like you and Shishiba.
But I'm not a middle-aged man.
Why would you be Yotsumura in this scenario?
Why did he quit?
Don't ignore me. He blew a really big assignment. The JAA got angry and ordered Yotsumura killed.
But he's alive.
Yeah, the assassin screwed up and Yotsumura got away. Oh wait, this is Shishiba going,
yeah. The assassin screwed up and Yotsumura got away. He vanished without a trace.
The person who was sent to kill Yotsumura was Shishiba, wasn't it? Don't answer. Don't answer. But I feel, because the way they panel this screen, Shishiba let him get away. Because of sentimental reasons. But like I said, don't answer. So why appear now? And they're both eating on that Natsuhashi.
I actually kind of like these.
I know, right? And then it cuts to Mr. Yotsumura, who's in a place by himself, and he's got like a sun hat on, just chilling, while a lady plays on a shamisen. And some dudes are confronting him.
Mr. Yotsumura, we can't trust you. We did just what you said, and it cost us 8 comrades. Why didn't you tell us the Order are such monsters?
And he's just sipping on some sake.
All of us here hold a grudge against the JAA. We all resonate with X's doctrine. If you're not down with that, then sorry, but this is where we part ways. Holding a grudge? Is that really good motivation for an assassin? If the JAA is destroyed, I'll be able to walk freely under the sun again. That would be wonderful.
And they knock away his table that has his sake on it.
We're revolutionaries. You don't seem to have that passion. Revolutionary assassins. What a joke. Listen, assassins are bland. No taste, no smell. We have to be invisible with our intent to kill.
And he says this, and this man deletes their torsos. This man deletes their torsos. He deletes it. You know, all the cuts I've seen of people getting cut have been of them just getting clean sliced. Stuff that I've seen getting clean sliced in this series. And this man cuts them so fast, they are missing a whole chunk of their bodies as their upper halves raise in the air. This man with this 3-sectional staff is a monster. He cut through them as if they were nothing. They don't even realize they've been cut. They don't even realize it yet. Not only did he slice through them, but apparently there was someone behind the screen. Apparently someone was behind the screen ready to shoot him in the back of the head, and he sliced through him too. The dude is still in the position of being poised behind the screen. He sliced through these dudes so quickly they don't even know that they just died. The upper halves of their body are steadily lifting into the air because of this cut. And it shows the sake spilt on the ground, covered in blood as well, with Yotsumura going,
I meant to cut you too.
And it cuts to the lady. It cuts to the lady who's on the shamisen, and she's completely fine. Because apparently he meant to kill her too?
I wanted a red kimono. Thank you.
And there's blood dripping. There's blood dripping from the roof, and it drops directly into a sake.
Darn, that watered down my sake.
Oh dear. Shall I pour you a fresh one?
Nah. Don't want to waste it.
As he drinks the sake that just had blood drip into it. Then we cut back to the... Sorry, Kenzo was being a little bit loud. Are we talking about Virgil Fast? It might as well be Virgil Fast. But we cut back to the building where Sakamoto is, back at the school.
The JAA are terrible people. They should all die.
Amane. I have family in the JAA.
Yeah, my big brother works there.
They should all die? Isn't that kind of extreme, Amane?
Oh, right. I wasn't being thoughtful. Sorry.
Don't worry, Amane. We know you didn't mean it.
Everyone goes too far sometimes.
He's surprisingly sincere.
And then back to Sakamoto.
Anyway, I want you all to show up for afternoon classes. If not, I'll have to school you again.
Well, if you say so, Sensei. Sure, why not?
We want to take your classes, Sensei.
And then Amane just walks away.
You guys do what you want. She can't tell me what to do.
Amane's not coming? And as he walks away, Sakamoto's just pondering. Sensei, what's the matter?
He seems familiar somehow. Am I imagining it?
And then he's at a table, and then it shows Amane at a computer as he goes,
Sorry, I got interrupted. This weird teacher showed up. No problem. As a student,
It's Kashima!
As a student, school is your main focus. Most things are pretty insignificant compared to the things you learn when you're young. If I do what you say, can I really join the group? Yes, of course. We're in the process of recruiting fresh members, but we do have a small initiation test first. Destroy the database.
Wow, so it's not Seba who's gonna do it. It's gonna be Amane! It's gonna be Amane who's in charge of destroying the database. Meanwhile, Akira...
This is so gross! But it would be rude not to finish it.
You can do it! And it shows, because while Kashima is giving the order of destroying the database at the JCC, it shows Sakamoto, it shows Shin and Seba, it shows Amane, and then Akira going through the turmoil of eating the JCC bowl. You know, the one that has like the brown rice and the army rations and the vegetable scraps of the day just scraped in there. It's literally a surprise. This may be good or it may be nasty bowl. But that is the end of chapter 79, and thus the end of volume 9 of Sakamoto Days. Next week we'll be in the 10s! And I'm getting closer. Once we get into the 100s of chapters, I think we'll be good. But that is the end of chapter volume 9, and then we'll move on to chapter 10. Chapters 80 to 88. That will be next Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my live reading of Sakamoto Days. Once again, sorry for the chat box being black and not transparent because the recent, like I said at the beginning, the recent update for OBS has made it so that it's not really working like it's intended at the moment. But I enjoyed this volume. And now that we're here at the JCC, things are probably going to get extremely serious, and I'm here for it, okay? This whole thing where everyone's doing ridiculous stuff as assassins, these people are not normal. These people are not human. They are beyond superhuman. Even by superhuman standards, these people are ridiculous. What you mean Sakamoto used a whole plane as like a comical seesaw and launched someone in the air with it? What you mean? That's crazy. And then used the landing gear as a segue to launch in the air. What you mean Nagamo is so fast that he's capable of having someone blink and he's already on them and he's killed the person and he's in their seat in the car of the people who tried to kill him and he's killed everyone inside the car. Then he made the car swerve and then he jumped off of it. What you mean? Yotsumura is so strong he's capable of cutting people and they don't even realize that their upper bodies are lifting off the ground from the cut. And he's just steadily drinking his sake without spilling a single drop. No, the people in Sakamoto Days are just ridiculous. In a good way. So I'm really looking forward to volume 10 next week. Which will be... yeah, next week is going to be the day before Black Myth Wukong. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be excited. But yes, I'm done for the day. Everyone from Madala all the way to Winter, to Ravi, to Psycho, to Calzone, everyone who showed up here today, Snow as well, everyone. All I can say to you is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples!